The art of debate. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're exploring a dance of words, a battle of ideas, where speaking isn't just communication, but it's an art form. Debate is where passion meets logic, where voices paint the pictures of perspectives. It's more than just a competition, where words hold power, reasoning can sway minds, and where every speaker can leave their mark. If you're ready to master this art, stay with me as we break down into the rules of debate at result and reveal what it takes to turn your words into winning arguments. First, purpose of debating. Why to debate? Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of debate is to have a formal discussion on a given topic and to win the argument and clearly state your opinion with good critical thinking skills shown. Now, as for the structure of the debate itself, there are two teams, one affirmative, another negative. They'll be debating against each other, choosing their own stance for the given topic. The affirmative team says they agree with the topic, while the negative goes against. The number of speakers can vary between 3 to 5. However, there are mainly 3 roles in one debate team: introduction speaker, main speaker, and conclusion maker. Every speaker should perform a speech lasting between 3 and 5 minutes. Remember, timing is really important in debate, and you should not speak less than 3 minutes and not more than 5 minutes. It's really important. Before I speak about what should every single speaker do, let me clearly outline how the debate is started. Before the debate is started, at least 3 to 6 days before, the topics are given for both teams without revealing their own stance. For example, the topic is, should education be free in all universities? And there are 2 sides. Yes, it should be free. No, it should not be free. So the sides are not given beforehand, but rather chosen on the day of the debate, just before the debate starts, using a coin toss ceremony. When the debate starts, the first speaker from the affirmative team comes to speak on the stage. Then, the first speaker from the negative team comes onto the stage to perform their case. And this pattern continues with each speaker. One from the affirmative team, one from the negative team. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important part of this instructional video. What should introduction speaker, main speaker, and conclusion speaker do? Introduction speaker, as the name says, should introduce everyone and everything. They should come onto the stage and give everyone a warm welcome, greeting with the audience first, judges, opposition team, and everyone else. A small tip, beginning with a quotation would make your speech really beautiful. After greeting, it's important that introduction speakers should give a clear explanation of the topic that they're going to debate about. It's really important to explain some of the keywords in the topic and spend some time so that everyone in the audience or judges or the opposition team understand the topic really thoroughly. Another important task of the introduction speaker is to make sure that they have to introduce every single member in their team. Main speakers, conclusion makers. If you want, you can provide what they have to do during their speech too, to give a little preview of how the debate will go on. And the most important thing, give your position, give your stance at the end of your speech officially and clearly. Important note, no questions are allowed from the opposition team to the introduction speaker. As regards the function of the main speakers, they are the heart of their team, meaning that they have to provide all the arguments with enough explanation and evidence, if possible examples, to make sure that they can convince everyone in the audience for their argument. By the way, it's important not to forget about introducing themselves when every single speaker comes on the stage. Do not start with the argument straight away. Make sure you give, again, warm welcome and good introduction to yourself during your speech. Here, it's important to mention that there are 2 types of arguments. Arguments for and arguments against. I would advise every single main speaker to make sure that you have to give enough arguments for defending your side and enough arguments for offending the other side. For example, we believe that higher education should be free because it provides equal rights. This is the argument for. Now, argument against. I believe that if education is not free, there will be a lot of disparity and segregation in the society, meaning that more crimes will happen in the society. As you can see, these are two types of arguments: defending your own side and attacking the other side. Keep this in mind. Remember that the arguments should be clear and understandable, and they should be explained in depth. And giving just one argument is also not enough. The last thing about main speakers: once they finish their speech, the opposition team can provide questions, can ask questions from that speaker. But remember, it should be question, not a counter-argument, because counter-arguments will be provided by conclusion makers. Now, conclusion makers, what should they do? The most important thing that conclusion makers have to do is to summarize all the arguments presented by the main speakers. Clearly restating every single argument is really important, as it will give a recap of the overall arguments and provide good view for the audience and the judges. The sweetest part of being conclusion maker is that they can provide counter arguments against the ideas and arguments of the opposition team, that they have to give little bit comments or criticisms or counter arguments for every single speaker from the opposition house, so that they give a good exam rebuttal, meaning that they are ready and they're not afraid to go against them, and they can find the opposition team's problems. No one can give questions or counter arguments against the conclusion speakers, and the debate finishes. One more thing you can do is that during the questioning process, if another team gives you a question, you can have, as a speaker, 1 minute to discuss ideas and possible answer with your team. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, let's talk about how the debate is judged. We have mainly 4 key criteria. First, organization and clarity. Are the main arguments presented in a clear and logical way? Second, use of argument. Are the arguments valid and backed by solid reasoning? Third, use of cross-examination and rebuttal. Did the speaker identify any weaknesses in the other side's arguments and defend well? Maybe they had to give a little bit sarcasm to show that they're not afraid. Last but not least, presentation style. Can the speaker speak in a way that is engaging, interesting, confident, and clear? The person should have good English to explain, the person should be confident to speak loud enough, and the person should make a little bit interesting speech rather than boring. Each of these criteria will be scored between 1, the least, and 4, the best. And that wraps up the rules for our debate competition at Result. I hope this video helps you understand the format and what it takes to win. If you have any questions or want more tips on debating, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow debaters. Good luck, and I'll see you at the debate.